Hi, I'm Laura Flandermeyer, the Pest Management Outreach Specialist with UW-Madison Extension. If you're watching this, you've likely joined the DATCP Moth Trapping Network, or you're curious what it's all about. In this video, I'll walk you through what to expect as a new collaborator. The DATCP Pest Survey Program operates a statewide trapping network to track moth pests during the growing season. Volunteers across Wisconsin set up green bucket traps for moths whose larvae can damage corn, soybeans, alfalfa, forages, and other grazing land. The network monitors 4 different species: black cutworm, western bean cutworm, true armyworm, and fall armyworm. You'll receive supplies for each moth pest you choose to trap when you join our network. I just received a new shipment of supplies for the season, so let's walk through how we assemble a bucket trap. All right, we're opening our box for the first time here, and the first thing I'm going to do is assemble the trap lid. So we have this funnel piece and this top circular piece, and we can align the 4 posts and kind of just snap them into spot. So now our lid is completely snapped into place. And we're going to search for our lure basket inside. So here's that in a separate bag. And this is a little basket. It looks kind of like that with the slots inside of it. And it's also got this little cap. So we'll snap that right on top and it's ready to go. That will go inside the small hole in the top of our basket. So we'll just pop that in again until it clicks into place. This lure basket will hold the pheromone lure, and the lure looks kind of like a small eraser cap. It releases a scent that attracts male moths, and they follow that scent, eventually hitting the trap and falling down through the funnel into the bucket where they can no longer escape. If you volunteer to trap multiple moth species, you'll have separate lure buckets and lures for each type. Then you'll look for the catch bucket, which just looks like a normal bucket. Inside, you'll find some sponges. You open up and take one of those sponges out. I'll choose the yellow one here, and we'll drop it in the bottom of our catch bucket just to take excess moisture during the season. Finally, we will align the top with the bottom of the bucket by adjusting to those openings and then simply twisting it into place. So we have our fully assembled trap. Also inside your bucket, you'll find a hanging wire that you can attach through the loops on the top of the bucket to hang it wherever you need to go. Once you have an assembled trap, you need to find a location to put it outdoors. You'll want to hang the trap 4 to 5 feet above the ground in an area away from flowering vegetation. If you have more than one trap, make sure they're separated by at least 65 feet. You can hang the trap from a post, metal stake, or even a tree branch that isn't obstructed by any foliage. And once you've selected the location, it's time to begin trapping. That's when we'll add the pheromone lure, which gives that scent that attracts the moths. And those you'll also find in your supply basket. So here we have these pheromone lures. They're each in individual little packets, and you want to keep them frozen when you're not using them. You'll take one of these out, rip it open, and place it inside the pheromone lure basket that we assembled at the top. Again, it'll look kind of like an eraser cap. You'll want to have a pair of chemical-resistant disposable gloves on hand when you are handling those lures to make sure you're not getting any of that scent on your hands and contaminating other pieces. Once the lure is placed inside, it's good to go for 1 month, but you'll need to replace it monthly to make sure that the moths keep coming. Then your last step is to add a red vapor tape insecticidal strip to the bottom of the catch bucket. These strips will also be found inside your box. We don't want to refrigerate or freeze these, so just keep them in a cool, dry place. Each of these strips has the insecticide, so we want to protect ourselves from any residues by properly wearing, again, those disposable chemical-resistant gloves. Open these only when you're outdoors and use one at a time, placing it in the bottom of the catch bucket near where the sponge is. You'll also want to replace these each month. Once the trap is completely set, the lure is placed, and the vapor tape insecticidal strip is inside, you'll need to check your trap once a week. Ideally, this check occurs on Tuesday or early on Wednesday morning, and then you report your weekly moth count through the Insect Trap Network Survey 123 app. Your trapping helps us track pest pressure and provide timely guidance to our growers across the state. If you're unsure about setting up your trap or need extra support, contact UW-Madison Extension or DATCP. Thanks for your help and for watching.